So in this video, we'll be looking at the various characteristics of living things in more details. So we have growth, all living things grow and they feed. So growth, all living things have young, the young ones grow until they are adults. For example, you started as a baby, then you became a toddler, you became a child, a teenager, and then an adult. The same thing with your parents. They started as a baby, they became a toddler, then from a toddler they became a child, then they became a teenager, then your parents, and then they gave birth to you as a baby. So all living things must grow. The next thing is all living things must feed. Animals get their food from plants and other animals. For example, as a human being, let's say you are eating, let's look at a popular food that we eat. Let's say I'm eating rice, stew, and eggs. So rice is a what? A plant. My stew is from tomatoes and pepper, which is also a plant. My eggs are from animals. So what does this say? Animals eat either only plants or they eat plants and animals. There are three types of animals. There are animals that are called herbivores. Herbivores. There are animals that are called carnivores. This is the spelling. Carni. Ni. Let me clean this so I can write it better. Let me clean everything so I can write it better. There are animals called herbivores. And there are other animals called carnivores. And there are other animals called omnivores. So, what does these animals eat? What do they eat? What do they eat? These animals eat specific types of food. For example, herbivores only eat plants. They only eat plants. So, who can give me, or can you think of any animal that eats only plants? Animals like goat, cow, animals like horse, sheep. Those are examples of animals that eat only plants. Now, carnivores only eat meat. They don't eat plants, but they kill other animals for food. Give me an example of animals like lion, like tiger, like crocodiles. Like crocodiles are examples of this. Now, omnivores eat both plants and meat. Omnivores eat plants and meat. For example, human beings eat both plants and meat. For example, the food I gave here, where you have rice, stew, and eggs, your stew is from a plant, your rice is from a plant, while your eggs is from an animal. So we eat both from plants and also from animals. So we have to look at how do plants grow? How do plants grow? So what happens? How does the plant grow? It starts from a seed. It starts from a seed, and then the question says Chidi planted a sunflower seed in a pot of soil. Over a few weeks, he watched it change. First, the seed began to grow roots, and then the young plant developed. What do you think will happen to the young plant next? So if it starts from a seed, it changes to this. What do you think will happen? What will happen is that this young plant will start having leaves. And so what is happening to the plant? It is growing. So why does Chidi need what does Chidi's plant need from the sun to keep growing? The chidis plant need the sun to keep growing because it helps the plant make its food. It helps the plant make its food.